Welcome to Cave Troll Farms. I'm Doug, your friendly cave troll. Today we're going to get into one of the hives and see how much honey they've got ready for us. Here at the farm we pull 2 times a year. We pull early summer and late August, early September. Right now I've got 5 supers that are full, and we've got one of my more productive hives back there. You can see the one with the yellow bottom brood box. They typically make a lot of honey for me. So we're gonna get in there and see how much honey we got. While we're at it, we're gonna test this new gizmo. It's called a Tech Bee. It is a electronic smoker. So we'll see how it works. All right, so this is the hive we're gonna get into. And we have a couple extra stands here that give us some room to work with the boxes. We tie them down to keep the wind from knocking them over. We've already had that happen once. So we'll give them a little smoke at the front to let them know we're coming. And we'll take this top box off. All right. So it doesn't look like they've done too much in this top box yet. Just take a quick peek here at a couple frames. Well, they've cleaned them up from our earlier harvest, but really nothing in this one. Yeah, I'm not seeing any nectar or anything in these, so we'll just dig into that second box and see what's happening. So 2 reasons really I'm doing this. First, see what they've got for nectar, see how that's proceeding. And second, to check on the health of the hive. We'll make sure the queen is still laying and that the population looks good. And this one isn't looking any better. This is, well, there's some. All right, that frame feels nice and heavy. That's all capped honey there. That's ready to harvest. Well, this one, we've got half of it full of nectar. Next frame doesn't look like they've done anything with. Well, that one's full. That's got a lot of nectar in it. It's got some good weight to it. Not much of it's capped, but they've still got a month. Nothing on this frame here. And this one, oh, this one looks good. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at all that nice capped honey. And this side's kind of lethargic. Now, I've been told that what happens here when they'll only work one part of this, the rest of this doesn't have wax on it. They don't like it. Now, all of these frames, when I bought them, had wax coating on them. I don't know what happens. The bees won't tell me what determines when they do something like this, but we'll work with what we got. So as I'm looking at these next few frames, we've got a couple more that are capped and a couple that have some nectar in it. So they're working it, so we give them a couple weeks. Right now, I'd say we're probably having a dearth. There's really probably not a lot flowering for them to get nectar and fill these up. But like I said, we'll give them a couple weeks and see what happens. So I'll put these back in here. Pop this next box. Yeah, I'd say that's probably got 40 pounds of nectar and honey in it. So I'll give these guys a little smoke. Drive them down a little bit. Now, I've been taught that you always want to start when you're looking in the brood on an outside frame. In the beehive, when they are assigning what they're going to do to each frame, the outside frames tend to be resources, honey and nectar that they store for the hive. There is a smaller chance of a queen being on the outside frame, less chance of rolling her accidentally when you're pulling it out. And this one stays true to that. This is all honey and nectar, most of it capped. There's some bee bread in there, and bee bread is just one of their main food sources. They'll take pollen and honey and actually make a bread out of it that the bees will eat. See if we find the queen. But when you do these inspections, it's not necessary to go through every single frame. So seeing her, so this here is all capped brood. That is getting ready to lay or to hatch, and I'm seeing some eggs in some of these cells that have already hatched. So the queen has been back in, and she's already back laid through some of those cells that have hatched out. And I'm not seeing some young larvae. Not really, not too shabby with this frame. And that being the second frame in, that's a good sign that they're not really honey bound, that she's still going to have plenty of room to lay, so she will not be working on swarming. And this time of year, that would be a problem. It's getting a little late for them to try and make a new queen and then build up strength to get through winter. So yeah, they're kind of bothering me up here a little bit. I hate squishing bees, so we'll drive them down a little bit. All right. Oh yeah, look at this one. Now this one is this has got all capped brood. There's some young larvae. I'm not seeing the queen here, so that side also a lot of capped. And these all look very healthy. Good strong hive. All right. Well, right now I would say that this is it's a good hive. It's doing what it needs to do, and I'd stop, but I'm going to pull one more frame, just hoping that we can find the queen and show you the queen. Nothing here. More hatched out cells that she's gone and she's already backfilled them. There's young larvae in here. I'm saying that this hive is pretty stable. If they were thinking of swarming, we would see queen cells on the bottom of the frame here with them getting ready to make a new queen. And I'm going to bring this over to the camera and let you see. You can look in there and you can see all the eggs and the larvae. And that is a good, healthy sign of the colony being where they need to be. All righty. All right, we'll pull one more. Hopefully the queen's there. I always like seeing the queen. I will be the first to admit that I am horrible at finding her. She might have been on one of those other frames and I just missed her. That is a real possibility, but all right. Lots of bees here. Eggs in the cells that have already hatched out. Oh, look at this. We've got a bee hatching out. If you can see right there. See the little bee starting to chew its way through the capping? You can see its antenna coming out and it's looking to chew its way out of its cell. Now, some of you may be thinking that maybe this was the queen. That is a drone. That is the male bee in the hive. They are obviously bigger. And over here, you'll see some of the drone cells. Those are bigger. Those are the bullet-shaped ones that stick up from the comb. So they're easy to find and easy to see. Not too many of them, which that's also a good sign. Well, there's a couple more down here that are working on breaking free. So I'm going to put this back in. All right, yeah. Oh, there she is. Look at that. There is the queen. She's in the lower half of the frame. Nope, over in the center. Over in this. Where'd she go? Where'd she go? And just like that, she disappears. Well, we'll have to go back through the video and see if we caught her. Oh, there she is. She's almost right in the center. Right there. Right there is the queen bee. So that was well worth pulling that one more frame. And that means I'm extra careful with this frame. The queen is, like I said, she is one of the more important bees in the hive. Without her, no new bees are born. And the hive doesn't really have its direction. She directs the hive through her pheromones. I'm going to drive these guys down a little bit. All right. Well, that's getting them all riled up. All right. Now we got to get them off the edge so I can put that box back on. So We'll dust them with a little bit of this, drive them down. And all right, always a good sign, didn't hear any crunch. All right. All right, so they're tucked in. Next time I'll check that one will probably be when we get closer to harvest time. Next video I shoot, I'm gonna do this. Over here, if you look, this is, it's called the Hive 365. Got that from Man Lake, I believe. It's a new insulated plastic hive. We can talk about it in the next video, but thanks for checking in. And we'll see you next time on Cave Troll Farms.